Have you ever been married before or no?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever get close to getting married?
Mm-hmm.
So
this is getting a little personal.
But I'm gonna ask a different, and I'm gonna ask it from.
And by the way, again, I think this is sexist. Oh, the Christie point when I was for Christie, yeah, they'd all say, "Oh, chubby chaser." I didn't even know what that meant. It's like girls who like fat guys to have sex with. No, this isn't a sexual thing. I want a wall. My social life is fine.
No, that's not what I'm asking. But the part I'm asking is. When you're saying this is getting kind of personal, it's a question. You don't have to answer it. You can simply say, I don't want to talk about it. I'm totally okay with that. No, I feel certain people are very hard to please.
I'm not hard to please.
Well, let me make my point. So, for example, I've had relationships where...
This is the craziest thing I've ever heard. He runs on building a wall. Yeah. 4 years he doesn't build a wall.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you demand everything.
No, but I would...
can't please this woman. Are you mad?
No, I'm not. I'm not mad. I'm just watching you.
Listen to this question.
So for me, I feel like there are certain people that you have to be very careful because they're either super gung-ho about you and like I've dated girls where relationship was unfreaking believably high peak. The peak was so high, it doesn't make any sense, right, on how high the peak was. Like, this is going to be freaking insane. But, dude, talk about the low. The low was painful. You needed 15 therapists and friends and sponsored by tequila and vodka and whiskey to be able to tolerate the shitty low you would go through with this girl. And I'm like, I can't tolerate this shit. And I've been around the block. I'm like you when you were talking about, first I wanted this girl, then so, I wasn't the innocent one. Eventually, I'm like, dude, I'm shutting it down. This is it. I want to build a family. I want to have a different kind of a life. And I never thought I was going to get married. I thought I was going to stay single for the rest of my life because no one was going to make me happy. And then I sat there and I said, is it going to be 100% of everything across the board? And then that's it? Is it going to be like, they have to give me, that's it? And then I'm not going to look at all the other stuff? You're clinging on one thing that I'm also not happy about. I wanted the border. I'm also not happy about that. By the way, a lot of the things he ran on, he should have done all of that stuff. He has to answer that question. A person like you has to give that question to a moderator in the what do you call it, in the presidential election that's coming up. Someone has to pose that question. I want to know what his answer is going to be. I'd like to see some other people that are his friends ask questions like that, A. Hannity and others, to actually ask those questions because I want to know. But at the same time, I don't know if any presidential candidate is going to be able to please Ann Coulter for 8 years. I don't think that's possible because I think that person is going to have to do everything you want them to do to win your favor, and it is so attractive to get your support because during the election there were certain people that are superstars that played a role of Trump winning in 2016. I think you're one of them. I think Kellyanne Conway was one of them.
She didn't support him until 2 months before the election. She was Cruz.
But I thought she played her role in those 2 months. I think she crushed it when she was.
She didn't show up and defend him for Access Hollywood. Ann did.
I understand. Again, I'm not putting you guys against each other on who's more than the other one. Your method of going out there and going after the enemy, you're fearless. You scare the crap out of the enemy. You're not a person that people sit there and like. You make people on the other side shake.
Yep.
Okay, so you played a role, she played a role, other people played a role, okay? But then we come to now, you're clinging on one thing, okay?
It's more than one thing.
Then unpack it if you're saying it's more than one thing. If you're saying it's more than just a border, what else
Okay, a couple things. The reason I mentioned Kellyanne isn't, don't pull this, Seinfeld, catfight, isn't to say, no, I was for Trump a few weeks after he announced. And what I have noticed... You were the first to make it clear. Everybody knows that. And did you guys know this guy in 2015? Because I want confirmation on this point.
Adam, you did.
Okay. Yeah. You're going to answer this.
No, Tom did, yeah.
A lot of us who supported... Every single person I know who supported Trump in 2015, and everyone hated us for it. But a lot of my friends did. I mean, after L.A., you see what the problem is before a lot of the rest of the country. I don't know one person who supported Donald Trump in 2015 who supports him now, who isn't betrayed. The people who support him now are the Johnny-come-latelys who absolutely opposed him. They were for Cruz, they were for Rubio, they didn't care about anything that Trump was running on. And then, oh, screw it, he's the nominee. Let's see if we can get tax cuts out of him. They think it's magic that he won because they never understood why he won, because they never understand, and it's not just one issue. It's whether our country continues to exist is the issue. And as for your ex-girlfriend, you needed therapy and tequila, and low was low, and it would go on and on and on. Now I understand why you're
sarcasm.
Now I know understand why you're willing to put up with Donald Trump, because I hit that and I'm out the door.
Yeah, that sounds good when you're saying that. It's a good one-liner on what you're saying, but you still sound bitter and frustrated. Look what happened with a guy named Trevor Bauer.
That is just an insult.
It is. You're
not getting me. This is like being called a racist all day.
No, it's not. I'm not.
That's not an argument. I keep making arguments, and you keep saying you sound bitter. You got to come up with something other than you sound bitter.
Well, you do, though. You do. So, do you know what happened with Trevor Bauer? Do you know this guy named Trevor Bauer? Okay. So, Tom, did you see what happened with Trevor Bauer yesterday with the story?
Wait a second. I didn't get an answer. Did he support Trump in 2015? Well, 2015, not 2016.
Whether it's him, I will say this. You said something actually very shocking that we should address. You're saying you don't know one person who supported Trump in 2015, 2016 that is still with him today.
I'm in my circle, yeah.
That's a whole different
circle.
Yeah. How big is your circle?
What difference does it make? What are you going to say?
Ann has a big circle. It's not a small circle. She's got contacts from everywhere.
Nobody's denying that. We know who Ann Coulter is. Okay, so let's say it's a couple hundred. Let's say it's a couple thousand. Let's say it's 10,000.
Okay, even publicly, I can't think of anyone.
I know so many people that were with him in 2016 that are unanimously still with him today. And don't believe me.
2015.
Don't believe me.
I said 2015.
15, 16, what's the difference?
It's a huge difference.
What do you mean?
We supported him for the issues and what he was saying. You guys wanted Jeb.
I'm saying
you would have been perfectly happy with Jeb.
I'm saying the people
and he governed like
that
Jeb.
voted for him.
No, that's not what I... Do you understand what I said? There's a reason that I'm saying 2015 and not 2016. Obviously, people who supported him in 2016... Who else would it be? The people who voted him against him in 2016?
No, what you're asking about is in 2015 when he declared, and we still had Cruz, Jeb, Rubio, and a cast of thousands. All of them. Right? And some of them hadn't even fully declared yet, right? The gold rush
2015.
Happened.
Fox 100% against him. Murdoch against him. Wall Street Journal against him.
Did you support him when he declared in 2015 and where you had this slate? And to your point about name recognition, everybody thought that Jeb was going to roll. And at Thanksgiving...
$140 million, they won.
Yep.
At Thanksgiving 2015, all the money in the PACs was behind Jeb. Pledge, not donated, but pledge. He had it all. So you're saying, were you behind Trump 2015? I'll say I wasn't. I was beginning of 16. Soon as I saw him picking people off, soon as I saw what he was able to do, I said, that cat's is going to keep picking these people off. And so,
could I say?
So I was early 16, but I see what you mean. It's like when he declared, were you with him and saying, "This is my guy"? Or
not just June 15th. I'm giving you 6 months to come around. He kept talking about immigration, and I would add that you think he's a good debater because, and I looked this up and wrote about this recently on Substack too. It's easy to forget because he did kind of change the whole campaign, sort of changed the landscape. Republicans are afraid to say some of the stuff they used to say. Everyone on that debate stage with him was open borders, and they were all attacking him when he came out for the Muslim ban. Paul Ryan, the rest of them, that's not who we are. So he was being attacked specifically the same way DeSantis does the right thing on COVID, and he's being attacked, and he stands strong. Trump was standing strong. All the rest of them were attacking him. That's the 215 landscape for you. Those of you who didn't support him in 2015 don't give a crap about immigration. You want a tax cut. So congratulations, you got your tax cuts. But those of us who supported him for the issues he ran on that set him apart from every other candidate say he failed.
You're talking about the early adopters.
Well, because
6 months you have.
Well, and take somebody like me because I'm the average Joe, military veteran, family, legal immigrants, brother and sister, military veterans as well. I could honestly have cared less about Trump. You're fired, all that. I could never care less. The personality when he was on stage, when he started going at people, then I started becoming more attracted because I'm like, okay, he's funny, he's witty. I'm a comedian myself. But then I think once seeing what they did with, the collusion, the Russia, and that he risked, and I got into it with Steve Schmidt big time, where I was like, because he's just Lincoln Project, it's all BS. I go, this guy sacrificed everything, wittingly or not wittingly, pulled back the curtain and let us all see what they were doing. So it's like almost like we want him, and again, I'm saying for us because these are the people that you guys were talking about. It's almost we have to because it's not fair what they did, and we want him to go again. The ISIS he destroyed. To me, he tried with the wall. They wouldn't let him because of, racism. He's racist, Mexicans, all that stuff. I'm that average person that's like, I'm sticking with the guy that I went for the first time, and I want to see him try to accomplish all those things the second time because from the beginning, it wasn't fair. I'm that average person that was with them from 2015 because once I started seeing him, I was like, it's Trump. I'm from New York. You're from New York, right? And I wanted that guy to win. So it's like, I'm that average person that's still sticking with him to this day. It's weird. I'm that guy. I'm that guy that you guys keep talking about because I'm like, they're cheating. They're actively cheating right now. In New York, this case, the judge is smiling and laughing in the camera. It's all political. It's all to destroy the guy. I get what you're saying. And trust me, I'm 100% pro-wall. I'm 100% pro-military. I want all the soldiers that are just hanging out here and they're not deployed anywhere, put them on the border. I want armed people at the border to secure us. And I feel you in that sense that they did fail, but all the other stuff, we can't deny all the other stuff that he did. He did a lot.
I will tell you this.
I would like to pursue that one. Yes, I loved his judges, but it was all the Federalist Society picking them because luckily Jared Kushner didn't care about judges. So I don't think you give him a lot of credit for the judges because any Republican, these are the ones the Federalist Society was sending up. And that's who the Republican presidents listen to. They happen to get it right this time. The Federalist Society has gotten better too. So other than, I'm excluding that. What did he do that you like that Jeb Bush wouldn't have done?
Here's how I'll answer that. Where we are right now today, look at America. Compare that to, let's say, 2017.
No. It's not compared to a Democrat. That's easy.
No, not Democrat. Well, that's easy. But what I'm saying is, though, that's the America that I want to live in. I want to feel safe. I want the economy to be booming. And then all of a sudden, and this virus comes out of a lab that we own from a country that he's holding accountable. Because mind you, the establishment love China. They love that relationship with trade and everything. Trump came in and said, no, you guys are going to pay for your shit. And then all of a sudden, on election year, this virus just comes out, shuts down the whole world, mail-in ballots. It's almost like it was a plan, but that's my point. I felt way better. I could have cared less. The racism and all that, I was like, yeah. I didn't believe any of that. But now if you look at what's happening, like it's a no-brainer to want that guy to be running.
Well, one of the things besides COVID that was very big in 2020, and you say, and this reminds me that you want to feel safe, and boy, we don't feel safe now, especially in New York and LA.
Oh God, Philly, all these places.
San Francisco. I mean, if you're a city person like I am, where do you go anyway? And that was the George Floyd, May 25th, 2020, changed the world. We have to release all the criminals, among other things. Mm-hmm. One place you would have been safe in 2020 was in Florida. Thank you, Ron DeSantis, passing law after law where you can shoot looters, anti-rioting laws. I mean, there were specific actions he took that meant there were no riots and no police stations were burnt down and you did not have police being assaulted. What did the commander-in-chief do? What did Trump do? He sent out tweets in all caps, law and order. Point one. Point two, you know what he said in the first debate with Joe Biden? And this is after a year of them burning, BLM and Antifa, burning down police stations, ripping down statues. I mean, anarchy like I've never seen in this country before. When that police station went down in Minneapolis, I was watching TV crying. It was so horrible. They talk about January 6th. Let's talk about that. At the first debate, what did Donald Trump say to Joe Biden? You called them super predators. I'm releasing people from prison. How about the First Step Act? Thank you, Jared. He's releasing criminals. You want to feel safe? Donald Trump ain't your guy.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, Click right here.